Hey guys, Flippin' Landlord Ninja here.
Gavin the Property Prince.
And we are
Two guys take
on real estate. So we're here to talk about one of our favorite subjects.
Oh my gosh, do we get to talk about it?
Yes.
My favorite thing in the world. This is the best part of my job, our job, what we do for a living.
What's that?
Rent collection. Yeah.
Yep.
It's getting a little bit unfamiliar to us. If anybody else knows, we did a little pet peeve rant a while back about rent collection and the eviction moratorium. So I'm excited to talk just for a few minutes today about how we collect rent.
Yep. So there's obviously tons of methods out there: cash, money order,
Baseball bat, ski mask. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that.
in today's age, a lot of digital forms, ACH deposit.
I'm telling them to do it.
Dude.
No, there's a lot of ways. That's absolutely. We actually provide a variety of methods for our tenants to be able to make payments in whatever way they feel they prefer and are most comfortable.
Exactly. Now, there's one method that we kind of prefer ourselves and promote. Right?
Yeah, just like most any other business, I'm sure you have preferred for your business, preferred methods that you'd want your customers to pay. We actually enjoy our customers using what we call a cash pay card, and it's through this company called Paylease.
Paylease, I think they rebranded and they're now called Zego.
Oh, geez, okay.
Yeah.
Well, the idea is, our tenants are able to pay with cash at a variety of collection points, like Walmart's or certain hardware stores or convenience stores, somewhat in their neighborhood.
Yep.
They get a receipt. The money hits their account with us nearly immediately, within a day, and everybody's usually pretty happy.
Yeah, so it actually goes right into our software so that we have it. We don't have to do double entry. It's all in there. It's just very seamless, and there's no worried about which account it was tied to. Someone accidentally, putting it in the wrong account, whatever, or someone missing or goes missing, like a money order or something goes missing.
That's right. There's a variety of reasons internally why we prefer that type of thing. Like Matt said, it can cut down on a whole lot of, well, first of all, a lot of extra time and staff time, but staff mistakes. I mean, it's very easy to accidentally apply someone's rental account to the payment to the wrong rental account, something like that. Right. But you don't sell somebody on the idea of why they should do something a certain way because of benefits to you. You sell it to them on reasons it benefits them. So we like to tell folks, listen, it's way easier for you to do this and use this, your cash pay card to make a payment because you don't need to drive to our rental office and visit us during our, rental hours to make your payment. You don't need to buy stamps and envelopes and deal with the mail and worrying that, your payment actually got to the rental office. I mean, how many times have you heard that the check is in the mail, right? It never actually shows up. So we position it where we stress the benefits to our tenants about all the reasons so many people enjoy using it.
Right.
That's how we get penetration. That's how we get compliance on it, and we do pretty well.
And we start that literally at lease signing. I mean, that's the first
right
thing.
At the beginning. Yeah. So and that's actually, he brings up a great thing. How do you get good compliance? How do you get good performance on really anything? And it's going to be upfront starting and setting the expectation with that, saying, hey, this is how most people pay their rent, use this, this is how everybody does it, and telling them why. And then anytime you collect rent after that, if you're lucky enough to collect rent these days, you should be stressing exactly how and why, people should be using your preferred method. So thank you so much for driving all the way to our rental office and buying these money orders and turning them into us in person. But did you know there's a much easier way? Do you remember we talked about this and, use this card?
Right. Now, it's not that we deny any other payments. We actually accept cash and money orders, whatever else people do.
Yeah, we try not to accept cash. We're not trying to work with cash.
No, I know. But, I mean, once again, if someone comes here with cash and they have it right now, generally.
I mean, let's face it. If somebody is willing to give you money in a rental situation, you always should take it.
But once again, with the drawbacks of cash and money orders and stuff like that, what do you find?
It's a lot of time to process them.
Yep.
If it's not being handled at the rental office, there might not be a receipt that exchanged hands, so there may be some doubt later, and these doubts could pop up a year later, 6 months later, a year and a half, when the tenant is in court or disputing a rental balance, and they're saying, well, I got a receipt for this, they never gave me a receipt for that, no, there was that time I gave them $1,000 in cash, and
I mean, there's chance for theft. I mean, it's very easy that things go missing. It wouldn't be the first time that something like that's happened to us.
Absolutely. It can make you a target of internal and external theft, and that's something that we don't talk about much, but certainly played a huge role into our decision to not really work with cash.
I mean, even money orders. I mean, we've actually had, I don't know why, but sometimes money orders come without an actual recipient's name on it.
Yeah.
And get dropped off or get mailed. And then it's just too easy to write someone else's name in there and unfortunately cash that.
Yeah. So I mean, if you want to talk about becoming a target and the ability for things to go wrong with handling rent, we have been talking about, tenants coming to our office to make rental payments or mailing it. You haven't heard us talk at all yet about going to the property and collecting rent. And believe it or not, that's still something that some landlords do.
Yeah, I think we highly stress against it because it's not a way to scale a business.
Definitely not a great way to scale. I agree.
And I mean, walking around wherever you might be, whether in a nice neighborhood, bad neighborhood, whatever, but with a bunch of cash, you're just a target.
Yeah, money orders, cash, you become a target. If they know, hey, it's the first of the month or it's whatever day of the month, and here comes Kevin with his rent collection bag of money. I don't know where my hand is on camera. Absolutely. It's a great way to open yourself up to being a target. The other aspect of it that we didn't talk about that can happen in person, especially if you're working with somebody and you're collecting rent, is as they're forking over their payment, you're more prone to hear about complaints and about issues. And not that you don't want a tenant to report issues, but you don't want them to take 20 minutes to do it. So when somebody's handing in their rent money, if they're here in the office, for instance, doing it, there's, here's your money for the rent, but by the way, my sink is leaking again or dripping and it's driving me nuts and blah blah blah, and they talk about it and they have the tendency often to make themselves upset a little bit when they're voicing complaints. And we don't want people to feel like that. We want people to know that they always have an opportunity to report a maintenance issue or any kind of a complaint, a neighbor issue, whatever. But we want to be able to process that quickly too. So if they're doing that online, it's much, much faster.
Yeah, it's all about systems. I mean, we can talk about that another time. But yeah, I mean, by funneling them through one way digitally, it allows us to actually become more efficient as a business. And so we can serve more people and offer better services.
Absolutely. And if you look at it, I mean, we don't have that many people coming into a rental office. When they do, if they do, it's a very quick situation. Instead of everybody if you imagine if you had 100 tenants and they all came in on or around the first, and each one took 15 minutes to talk to you about whatever's going on in their home and all that kind of stuff.
We never get anything done.
Well, we don't get much done anyway, Matt.
Well, that's for other reasons.
Right, but that'll leave you one more reason why we don't. Some landlords will tell you going out and collecting rent is a great idea in person because it means you're visiting the property and you're getting to do a walk around and you're seeing stuff in person.
Right.
And I agree. That's absolutely right.
But there's a system for that. There's a time and place for that. And I think that's more on scheduled maintenance visits, yearly inspections.
No reason you can't do that on the 15th or any other day of the month,
Correct.
to be honest. Set up a process and coach your tenants from the beginning how to follow that process. Anytime they deviate, thank them for their payments. Hopefully they're giving them to you, and then coach them back into following that process.
And honestly, if you can, as much as possible, go digital. It will save you and them a lot of headaches.
Absolutely. Don't manually process this stuff if you don't have to.
Yeah. So if this was helpful, please hit the subscribe button, like button, bell icon, ding ding.
Yeah. Drop some comments. Talk about how we can do better with these videos or anything else you want to hear us talk about. Really, we want the feedback, and we want to be able to come up with more topics that relate to everybody.
Awesome.